Hi, it's Cherie from Big Notes Get Votes, and I'm coming back to you with another 3 singing habits that you can focus on in the next 3 days. Now, the point of these is that you can refocus, reboot, reset, review to build and nurture your voice and overall well-being as a performer. Now, we're doing this for those good reasons, but also it's January, it's a great time to refresh, and also here in Auckland, New Zealand, where I live, we are out of lockdown and it is summer and there are performances, and I'm currently on 2 different tours at the moment. So I'm a professional singer and a vocal coach, and so primarily I'm vocal coaching, but I've had a couple of great opportunities and it's meant that I've had to really refocus and reboot and get my gig fitness back up and running, which is why I wanted to share these singing habits, because these are exactly what I needed to focus on, and what I have done in the last few months, and it's made a ton of difference. Now, today's are no exception. All the habits are great, but these are really important. There are daily vocal care habits that I've shared that I like to do every single day, and I'll link to those, but these are the ones when you're in the trenches and you're getting ready for a performance. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't have anything that you're working towards. You can still pick a song or pick a series of songs or build a set list of songs that you want to sing, and these can be the focus of your practices. So what we're going to cover today is a practice plan, a vocal warm-up, and a vocal workout. And so these are hopefully part of your practice plan if you have one. If you don't have one, I have got a template that you can use to help you create one, and you'll see that the vocal warm-up and the vocal workout play a big part within your practice plan. Now, the first thing with a practice plan is that you need to make time for practice, and ideally it needs to be focused. So the main things that I care about is definitely that you are warming your voice up so that you're ready for your practice, for your rehearsal, or for your performance, your gig for that matter. But I also want you to think about what you're going to focus on when you're practicing, and you can use my practice plan template to work out an ideal flow for you, because everybody is different, but this template just gives you some ideas, a springboard, if you will, on how you can create and personalize your own effective practice plan. So my practice plan looks a little bit like this, and I will link you to a walkthrough of it, but real quick, I will start off by having some goals or focus for my practice, and it might be learning a song, it might be working on a particular vocal technique, or it might just be singing for fun. Any of those are good. Any goal that you like is good, but you need to have a focus for your practice. And I use a vocal journal to write down what my practices are. You can do it digitally, you can do it on a piece of paper, and I've got a vocal journal template that you can have as well, where you can track and jot down how your practices are going and also how your voice is feeling. So I'll start with that, how my voice is feeling, what my goals are for the practice, and then I'll move on to releasing tension. And that I do with sirens and singer's stretches, which are also a part of my daily vocal care habits. Breath, if there's any breath focus that I need to work on, I might walk on my treadmill or do some gentle movement just to kind of energize my breathing muscles. Whatever works to help you feel centered and relaxed. You can check your posture, you can do a ragdoll. Those are some cool tools that I will link to as well, so that you can incorporate them into your own practice plan. The next thing I will do is then a siren to check in with my voice, as well as to release any tension. So a siren for me gives me not only an opportunity to quickly wake my voice up, but it gives me a chance to kind of assess. And that's part of that first journaling phase when I'm checking in, releasing tension. I will siren and also make a note of how my voice is feeling at the start. The next thing I'll do is a vocal warm-up. Now, what I do, and everybody is different, so it's not a one-size-fits-all situation, but let me tell you what I do. What I do is use a tool called myroning, and this is if I'm focusing on songs as my vocal workout or my focus for my practice, and that's where I'll sing through the songs without articulation. So it's essentially sirening or humming or lip trilling through the song so that your larynx is moving in the exact positions that it's going to be used in the song, but I'm not projecting or articulating. And this is a tool from the Still Voice Training Method, where you basically are gliding, so a siren, and you just aren't using your articulators, your tongue, teeth, your lips, to add any kind of projection. So basically, I'll sing through the songs that I'm about to sing, at 50%, and that is my vocal warm-up. Now, depending on what my workload is, depending on how I'm feeling physically, whether I've had enough sleep, whether I'm hydrated enough, I will take into consideration how I'm feeling to determine how long I need to warm up, as well as what I'm about to do. In one of my upcoming shows, I have 5 songs that I'm singing. They're across 2 sets, so I'm doing 3 in the first set, quite close together, and then 2 in the last set. And that break in between there is another set where I'm not involved. So it's about a 3-hour performance, and I'm going to have to do just enough of a warm-up to get ready for the first 3 songs, and they're big songs. So I'll be doing a solid warm-up, but then I'll be cooling down again before I have to warm up again for my 2 songs. And so in that situation, I would mime through or sing at 50% through in a very light quality. Essentially, it's like humming through it or sirening through it. I will go through each song 3 times at that lowered intensity. And then my voice is kind of warmed up, and then I will just do 1 full voice sing through, and that 12 times 4 is about 48 minutes. So it's going to take, well, it's exactly 48 minutes. It's going to take me about 48 minutes to really be warmed up gently and then ready to go. And then I'm going to have all this time where I'm not going to be doing anything. So I might do some light sirens to keep my voice ready for use, or I might repeat that same formula or that process leading into the 2 songs that I have in the last set of my performance. Now, it's not usually like that, but because I have a process and a system and I know how to warm my voice up, I can adapt and work things as needed. So really, this is just about finding a process. Whatever works for you, what you know works. So if singing through scales works for you, you should definitely do that. That is what I call a vocal workout. So the 2 distinctions that I have for warming up my voice is I like to warm my voice up as functionally and as specifically as possible for what I'm about to sing. So that doesn't matter whether it's a practice, a rehearsal, or the gig itself. So for me, in my humble opinion, singing through the songs that you're about to sing are the best warm-up for your voice if you are going in to sing those particular songs. If you're in a practice mode and you're working on technical elements, your ear training, agility, extending your range, all of the things, running through specific vocalizations or scales is a great way to do it. Now, ideally, you'd be doing both, but it just depends how much time you have and how much vocal stamina you have, because you also want to be mindful of setting your practice plan the right amount of time so that you're not leaving your best voice in the rehearsal or practice room, especially if you're planning on gigging either that same day or in the 72 hours that are in front of you. So when I have a big show coming up, I'll often do day on, day off practice, and this is something that you'll figure out over time. But that practice plan template, which outlines vocal warm-ups, well actually vocal wake-up with siren, vocal warm-up, and a vocal workout, will give you an idea of what you can do or how you can maybe tailor and personalize a practice yourself. Now with the vocal workouts, I use a great app called Musicopolis. You can get this on both Google Play and on Apple. It will help you to decide what range you want to be able to sing, and it's a good idea to know what your vocal range is, and I'll link you to a video of how you can find out your vocal range. I'll take you through it step by step. You set your particular range or vocal registration. It uses some more classical classifications like baritone, soprano, alto, and so on and so forth to help you to set a particular vocal range that you'll be singing at. It takes you through different intervals, it takes you through different vowel sounds and syllables that you can work out, technically challenge yourself, but also if that's your preference, you can certainly warm up your voice that way. Now I've talked about this in some of the other singing habits, but I'm going to give you a bonus. Be sure to do a vocal warm down, and that can be simply reverse sirening if you're sirening to wake your voice up, or you can do some sobbing just to let the larynx lower down, or you might have a lip trill or a hum or a lighter sing through of what you used in your vocal workouts as you warmed up, or the song that you sang. You might like to gently bring your voice back down to a speaking level using that hum, that lip trill, or that siren. I personally use reverse sirens and sobbing and take vocal rest. I make sure that I rest my voice for at least 20 minutes. And then when I'm doing a show, I'll often steam after the show as well, have a licorice tea, and just relax. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about practice plans, about vocal warm-ups, about vocal workouts, or if you have any questions about what I've covered today. Go and have a look at all the other 3 singing habits that you can focus on in the next 3 days videos in the series, and also make sure that you like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, that would be cool, and hit the notifications button, because then you can see when I roll out these other videos, which is usually on a Thursday and a Sunday in this particular series. And I also go live on Saturdays at 10:30 for a Q&A. Now, even if I'm on tour, I tend to answer your questions, pre-record them, and pop them up. So make sure you subscribe so you know when all of that is unfolding. And please comment and let me know if you've got a practice plan, if you have any questions about your practice plan, your vocal warm-up, your vocal workout, or even your vocal warm down and vocal rest. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.